Our sponsor today is Winty. Winty is an aviation-themed t-shirt business designing and printing aviation-related graphics for pilots, aviation businesses, and aviation enthusiasts worldwide. Using DTG direct-to-garment printing technology, Winty can print 1 or 100 plus garments upon request within a reasonably low turnaround time, including customer-submitted graphics. Contact Winty Aviation T-Shirt Art by visiting winty.com today to find out how a custom aviation graphic could be printed for you. Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to Savvy Central Radio. This is your host, Christina Nichman. Each week on Savvy, we host new individuals and business owners, inviting them to share their expertise, dreams, and lessons learned in their field of business. Our guest today is Simon Jordan. Simon is an award-winning marketer, international speaker, and host of the highly acclaimed Simon Jordan TV, where he shares his knowledge and passion for all things business and marketing. Simon's expertise is helping businesses build their personal branding. Simon is also the author of How to Skyrocket Your Business Without Burning Your Fingers. To find out more about Simon and One Planet, One Place, check out their Facebook page at www.facebook.com/OnePlanetOnePlace. Hi, Simon. Thanks for coming to Savvy Central Radio today. How are you?
Can they say awesome? I don't know if I'm allowed to say awesome, actually, because my daughter, who's 10, doesn't like me saying it because she thinks I'm not young enough or trendy enough to say the word awesome.
Oh, that's my absolute favorite word, so yes, you can.
I'm awesome to my daughter, Miley. I'm awesome. She'll say, Dad, you can't say that.
I don't think you're ever too old, or any age has anything to do with having fun and just being never too.
You don't grow old because you stop playing. You stop playing. Something like that. You grow old because you. Oh, I'll think of it in a minute. But you probably know that. you lose your memory as you get old. That's what it is. Heavens above.
Darn, that part
That's
does
it.
happen.
You don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. That's the fella. That's the one. There you go.
Exactly.
Bingo. We got it right. Okay.
Oh man, Simon, it's so wonderful to have you on today, because when we first spoke, I was just totally intrigued by your story. You do one of my favorite subjects, which is marketing. I am very intrigued by marketing. I got pulled into it by a guy named Martin Lindstrom, who we had on a couple weeks ago. And your intriguing journey, starting with difficult times in your 20s, to getting paid in a well-paid corporate career, to starting your own marketing company, and later creating and hosting Simon Jordan TV and founding One Planet, One Place TV show. Tell our audience a little bit about all your journey and how this all led up to where you are today.
I will try and do it in any quick manner for radio. Right, okay, you're sitting comfortably, got a cup of tea or coffee. Right. Yeah, in my late 20s, I think when you're in childhood and you go through, or in your childhood and bad things happen, you just, I don't know, you put it, or you deposit somewhere in the back of your mind, and you sort of know it's something happened, but trying to ignore it, because even in chaos, a child or whoever will try and make sense of it. So in my late 20s, I was 28, and I heard something on the radio, and it was basically about abuse, and it opened up Pandora's box. I don't say the lid fell off, it literally exploded off. And everything came back. I mean, parents split up when I was 7. Most parents do these days, don't they? I was 9. When I was 9, I was being abused. By the age of 16, I'd run away from home, had the wicked stepmother. She was a Disney character. And yeah, so when I was 28, it just all exploded and it all came back, and it was too much pain at the time. So the way to get rid of the pain was to abuse myself by alcohol, drink, drugs, you name it. So I ballooned to, I think, 380 odd pounds, 382 pounds. Over the next year and a bit, and I just wanted a ticket out of there, but I was too scared to really, do it with myself. But it was awful. It was a really, really hard time. I was just trying to hide the pain. I was never addicted to anything. I don't have an addictive. Well, some people might say I do, but I used to smoke quite a lot, but I just gave up straight away. Anyway, so I'm going through all this stuff, and my partner at the time, And then became my wife said, you've got to do something about this. You're not in good state. Well overweight. And I say when I talk about this subject on stage, it always makes the guys laugh. So I say I could stand in the shower and there were certain parts of me that wouldn't get wet. That's how big I was. So anyway, I went to the doctors and they said, yep, you're depressed. Have some tablets. And I thought, is that it? Is that the basis of my solution? And I got angry.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, I didn't get angry then, but I went home and I just got angry thinking, okay, I can't rely on anyone else. I can't expect a pill to do it. It would have done, but it would have dulled it down. It would have been like putting a big cork on a volcano. It doesn't work. It's a plaster over a consistent cut. And I thought, I've got to do something myself. So that anger, that energy, I sort of took inwards and thought, okay, let's do something. So I didn't know anything about personal development, Christine. I knew nothing at all. I didn't know Anthony Robbins or Jim Rohn or anything like that. But I just, what can I do to start losing weight? And I started running. Now, when you're that size, that's a lot of wobble. It really is. So I started to run, which I'd never done before. And I then went in for a 10K race, which is, I think, 6.5, 7 miles. And that was tough. Then I went in for the Great North Run, which is the up in North England, which is half marathon. I think it's the biggest in the world because of the amount of people that join it. Anyway, I hit the wall on that, which is awful. I was at 9 miles. I remember leaning against this wall and this guy ran past as a fairy. And I thought, I'm still on drugs here. And then this other guy ran past as a piece of cheese. And I thought, okay, I'm really done in for now. Anyway, I finished that. I then went on to do a 20-mile road race, which was brilliant. I was really getting fit in that. And I finally finished 18 months later, having made that decision to start getting fit. I finished the London Marathon in 3 hours, 45 minutes, now weighing 182 pounds in weight.
Nice.
Feeling amazing. Clean, feeling amazing, brilliant. And I just think, wow, this is amazing. How did I manage to do that? So I was just intrigued how someone could literally from wanting to end it all to now ending the marathon, within 18 months and losing that weight. So I just got on a trip of personal development. Became an NLP practitioner. I didn't want to be a coach, but I was fascinated by it all. Then developed my own confidence technique because I was very unconfident. I was speaking on stage, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I was still going through difficult times. Years on, ended up getting divorced. I'd gone through personal bankruptcy, all this kind of stuff because 2 clients went bust on me, owing me a lot of money. So going through all that, and the good side that I was working for Sky TV, which is part of News Corp. Big company over at Sky TV, and it's a Rupert Murdoch company. Very well paid, great. I was a marketing consultant for them. We were winning awards for them, all this kind of stuff. We were working on the Simpson campaigns, this kind of stuff. And I decided I'm going to give it all up. I'm going to go and start my own business. And my friends were like, are you mad? You've just gone through a divorce. You've gone through personal bankruptcy. And you're wanting to do this? Are you completely insane? I thought, yeah, I'm mad, but I want to create my own baby, my own thing. I don't want to make someone else rich. So I started up my own consultancy 5 years ago now. First year I went to every networking event, you name it. If someone was opening an envelope, I would have been there. So, and then the second year after that, I thought, okay, I'm working with lots of local businesses purely because the one-to-one contact through networking. How can I really go big? So I thought, okay, well, let's look at this power of social media. And I'd gone off into Denver and studied with Joel Comm and found out about all this internet marketing, this kind of stuff, and created my own TV. It's a YouTube channel. It was my own simonjordan.tv. It's on there, and I haven't done any videos on it for a while because my focus is somewhere else now. But I was doing a video per week. Well, within 7 months of doing that, my business had literally gone global. Well, just YouTube channels and web is global, but I was asked to speak. I spoke in San Diego. I was booked to go speak over there. I travel in the States. I picking up clients from east to west, across Europe, Germany, Paris, across the UK. Just by launching that, it was fantastic. It really was good. I then set up the Simon Jordan radio show where I was interviewing amazing people with their businesses. And it's last year, at the beginning of last year, I thought, everything's got my name all over it. It's like a big ego trip. I don't want this. I want to be doing something bigger. I want to be stepping up. So I decided to launch One Planet, One Place. And that line came from something, I found this picture and put a quote on it, which was, don't think of the world as separated by countries. Think of the world as separated by ignorance. One planet, one place. Because it is racism, sexism, all the isms. And it was basically, I wanted this online show, to be the conduit for people's stories, to inspire, to motivate, and to give hope. So we were doing that, and in 9 months, I was doing a daily show 5 days a week. I was interviewing people all over the place. We were doing book reviews. We had amazing things like the kitchen table talks, live talk once a month, all this kind of stuff, crazy, crazy stuff. And in August this year, I stopped it. I thought, right, I've hit again, got to a level, and I thought, I want to make some changes. So rebrand, we're launching it in the autumn of this year, the fall, as you say. It's still the similar sort of thing, but I'm just making it a lot bigger. There'll be more action points for people to do. So yeah, it's amazing. But luckily I've got the background in marketing design. I'm a trained designer. I've been a creative director in a number of different companies. So I've got that background. I know what a good design looks like. So I can do a lot of it myself, my tech guys, my web guys as well. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. But the main thing with One Planet, One Place is to make a difference. The strapline is, if you want to see a difference in the world, then we will help you be that difference. So there you go. How many minutes was that in my life story? That was pretty good.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was a whirlwind tour of Simon Jordan.
No, but that's great, Simon. And I love the One Planet, One Place, because when I see the picture from space that the shuttle takes, the space shuttle, and you look at the planet, you realize that it is one planet, one place, that we all are one people, that no matter where you are on this planet, what language you speak, what sex you are, what religion you are, it's all basically the same. We're all basically the same. And one of my guests who came on recently, she worked with penguins. And she said, when I work with different animals, people think the animal species are so different from us. They're just trying to make a living, go out, get their fish, come home, feed their family, put a roof over their head. The same thing we humans are trying to do.
Yeah.
So really, we're not all that different.
Well, we're all from, this is a bit of a hippie comment, but we are all from the stars. We're all but made of carbon, some more than others. but we are all, we just vibrate at a different energy. That's all. Everything that you can touch, feel, see is energy. We all come from the same substances. We're all, the chair I'm sitting in is made up of the same energy that I am. It just, as I said, it vibrates at a different level. But we are not different. Religion, I think anything that's confined, I'm going to get religious and political, but we just be one.
Yeah.
There are more cells in our body, far from, there are trillions of cells in our body. They all get on.
Yeah.
Why cannot we, as a human organism, get on the planet? It's just crazy. So the idea is just I'm trying to make that difference. That's all it is. And if I can make the difference to one person, that person can make a difference to someone else, and so on, that's my mission completed. I will die a happy man.
Oh, and Simon, that's so true, because what you say there is that everyone has the wherewithal to make a difference. You don't have to be super special, be a basketball star or movie star to make a difference. Every single person in their own way can make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay. So what I loved about our initial talk as well, we talked about how important personal branding is, and you've really helped your clients with that. Why is personal branding so important, and what exactly is a personal brand?
Right. Well, this is what I work with now. I work with a lot of clients who authors, speakers, that kind of stuff. If you are the face of the business, if you are, people are buying you, they're buying into you, you're the person they meet, work with, they pay you, whatever, then you need to look at what the personal brand is. I mean, movie stars have it as well. It's a lot of people have, celebrities have it. And a personal brand, when I help my clients develop, as I did myself, it's a brilliant way to then go out and communicate, to build that recognition. Now, one of the questions, which is, actually, I'll start off with one of the errors that a lot of people make is, in fact, I know we'll probably talk about mistakes and things like that, but people buy me. I'll look at me for an example. People buy me because, I'm professional. I offer good service, but I'm also fun to work with. I'm approachable. I'm personable. And those build up my brand values. So everything I do, when you see me on YouTube, you see me on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, even if you meet me in person, I'm on stage, it's me. There's not a persona. There's not a split personality. And what a lot of people do, they will go out and brand themselves different to how they are personally. Now, that's fine if you can match that. But when people see, and I've seen this a number of times, people have come to me, coaches, there was one guy came to me, And he said, once I'm in the meetings with these prospective clients, I get the business, which is great. It's just getting those meetings. So I looked at his marketing. It was complete chalk and cheese. His website came across like he was, this high-flying executive. He was high-flying in his business, but he was, very professional, very formal. He could have been a solicitor or a lawyer. Whereas himself, very energetic, great fun to be with, laugh a minute, really, really great fun. But his website, completely different. So we redid that and changed it so it was more a reflection of who he was. So when people visit the website, they get an idea of, oh, wow, that's who he is. And so people don't have that that mismatch when they think you are one type, and then when they meet you and work with you, you're different. People get confused and are a confused buyer as a non-buyer. I mean, I've launched something recently in the last 2 weeks, a thing called the Video Blogging Challenge. It's a free thing. It's on Facebook. We've got about 80, 90 members now. And I'm basically just getting people inspired to do some video blogging because that is a brilliant way to build engagement and to show the real you. Because gone are the days where you put up a nice picture, which is probably from 20 years ago and retouched, and we don't look like that anymore. And the copy might be beautifully written, award-winning, but is it really you? Is it showing the real you? Probably not. So with a personal brand, by building what are the brand values of who you are, like I was talking about before, being approachable, fun, all that kind of stuff, everything I do matches that because it is me. So people get me. And a lot of people have come, I've pulled in a lot of clients from Facebook, and they've said, yeah, I've been connected with you for about a year now or 6 months, and I've been watching you. And you really, you are who you say you are. You match your values, it's great, and I want to work with you. So by knowing that and building that up and adding to it and adding value to people's lives as well. This is the thing, as the great late Jim Rohn once said, you're not paid for the time in the marketplace, you're paid for the value you bring. So I'm all about adding value. How can you serve better? How can you serve more? And it works. So go about life in that frame of mind and be consistent with your own brand values. I mean, if I started putting profanities on Facebook, which some people do, that's fine with them. But that's not my brand. That's not me. That would confuse the heck out of people. And they're, whoa, what's Simon doing? And that would put a lot of people off. And there have been great cases I'll be quick, but there was a very famous jewelry store called Ratner's in the UK. And Gerald Ratner was the owner of it. I mean, it was a nationwide jewelry store. And he went on live TV, Prime TV, a guy called Terry Wogan. This is years ago now. And Terry Wogan, the chat show host, said, so Gerald, tell me about your jewelry. And he said, oh, it's crap.
No, he didn't.
Instant. That's it. He went bankrupt. His store's closed because what? Well, one, that's not reinforcing your own brand. I mean, man alive, who wants to? I mean, if you got given a diamond ring, oh, where's that from? Oh, it's from Ratner's. Oh, yeah, that's crap, isn't it? I mean, that is one way to ruin your brand. So, I mean, you look at Richard Branson, he's got a personal brand. What is his brand? Excitement, innovative, fun, all those kind of stuff. It's brilliant. That's why people love it, because he is the face of the business. So when it comes to personal branding, yes, it works. Today's age, it really, really works. It's very, very important.
Wow, you just threw me for a loop there with that Ratner, was it?
Yeah, Gerald Ratner.
Wow.
I don't know what he's doing now.
Wow.
I really don't know.
But talk about self-sabotage there, right?
I know, madness.
Wow.
Absolute madness.
But what I love about this topic, and we talked about it during our initial talk, is that some people out there, without really meaning to, and this is what I did in the beginning, is I tried to imitate every other person I saw that was successful, thinking if I just look like them, I will have success as well. And this is, I think, a mistake a lot of businesses make. They think, oh, if I look like them, I'm also going to be successful. But then, as you said, people can see through it when they see and they meet you and they're like, you're not that person that you portrayed online or wherever. So yeah, I can
absolutely,
completely, I can totally see what you're talking about.
I mean, you can think, okay, well, who would I like to be like? Who would I like to aspire to? If you can genuinely embody those kind of values, even if they are slightly aspirational, there's nothing wrong with aiming high, because you should have dreams and goals. There's nothing wrong with saying, okay, I need to smart myself up. I need to start wearing certain clothes. You need to really embody those values, and it's easier to start from, okay, well, why do people buy me? Why do people buy from me? And just enhance on that. Whereas if you're saying, actually, I'm not very funny, I'm quite a boring person, I really like my routine, and I love the colour brown, and then suddenly think, actually, I want to be really dynamic and pretend to be all this, it's over time it's just going to stress you out, and it's just not going to work. But if you can model yourself on maybe someone out there thinking, I like what they're doing, I like that. I mean, when I speak on stage, a lot of the stuff I've learned, my mannerisms, how I approach the stage, I've learned from other people. I've adopted that. That's fine, because it sits well within me. So I would say to people, get the values and sleep on them. See if it really sits within you. Do you feel comfortable with it? Because if it's too far out there, then yeah, it's going to stand out, and people are going to think you're a fake or whatever, you know.
Oh, I like that, because what I'm feeling from what you're saying, Simon, is that it's got to come from true authenticity from within you.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready to inspire to that, and you don't really have the confidence to believe that you can be that, then it's going to come across.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out here who want to make a difference in the world, and it's fantastic. But if you want to make a difference, you've also got to start with yourself as well. And there are a lot of people who are out there to absolutely help as many people as you can. But you need to make sure that, okay, you are solid, you're grounded, and you believe in what you're saying. Because if that belief, it's like, dogs smell fear. Us humans can tell when someone's not telling the truth.
Yeah, and we had also mentioned another mistake made by a lot of people out there. You had said the way you portray yourself in public, online, makes a big difference, because your brand goes with you everywhere. It doesn't shut off when you turn off the computer and you stop working at your business. It goes everywhere you go. So if you're going to put up a kind of iffy post on Facebook or something, it could come back to haunt you as well.
Definitely. Well, I wrote a post, my blog, Simon Jordan blog, and that was basically it was called your online DNA, because what you put on Facebook stays on Facebook. It's what you put out there. So if you've gone out and got drunk and people are posting pictures, take them down. Don't have that kind of stuff. And I don't go out and get drunk and have people take pictures anyway. But that stuff can be shared, and like the Gerald Ratner moment, it can kill your brand. It really can. If you are that kind of person and you really feel you have to share that, well, set up a completely separate page, give it a different name or something, and only have your friends on there. But even then, they might like it and someone else might see it. You've just got to be so careful. You really do. I mean, I'm not saying just close down everything, but just think about how you want to be received in the world, how you want to be treated, and how you want to treat people as well. Do as you would be done by. So if you don't want people thinking you're just some drunken whatever, well, don't put that out there. It's pretty straightforward. Just be careful what you're doing.
Yeah, I completely agree. Simon, what would you say over the years that you've created your show and you had your own marketing business? What were some of your biggest key challenges or lessons you've learned in business over the years?
Self-belief.
Really?
Self-belief, definitely. That is the one thing I think that, for me, I think that is everything. We all have our demons, and it's all in our head. That will make and break a business. And I love the line, doubt takes away today's possibilities or tomorrow's possibilities. It is so true. Doubt will empty your bank account, empty relationships, everything. But sometimes it's difficult. It's difficult having that true confidence. But you just got to find it somehow. If you're sitting in your chair thinking, oh, it's not going to happen, well, don't sit in your chair. Get up and move around. Start getting some energy and thinking, actually, no, it will. It will happen. It will. Every time I have had doubt about something, it hasn't happened. Every time I thought, absolutely, I know it's going to happen. Even if I think, is this crazy? I've just got invited onto a project which is massive. It's £1 billion project. It's massive. And I'm going to be heavily involved in it. I always knew something like that would be happening, and where the show is going to be going. You just never stop going forward. But if you have doubt in your mind, if you have those annoying little voices, they will kill everything stone dead. We all have them. We all have that mind talk, that mind chat, the little devil that sits on our shoulder. But just when it pops up, just say, hey, yeah, I can hear what you're saying. Yeah, I know that you think I'm useless or I'm not very good at this. I'm going to mess up. But right now, thanks for saying your bit. Just go away again. You've got to try and find a way, because if you're letting those voices get too loud, it will ruin everything. You won't be who you are, who you want to be. You won't be able to serve as much because you'll have that doubt. I've had just ridiculous doubts. Just sometimes it's like, oh, shut up. Will you just leave me alone? And it's a lot from the past, and there's various different techniques. There's coaching techniques to change that, but those are I would say that's the biggest obstacle, because there's no limit to what we can do as human beings on this planet. But what the limit is what rubbish we're telling ourselves.
That is a wonderful point there, because I think we've all gone through that. And I'd have to say, over the first year of my business, one of the biggest things that stopped me was indeed doubt. I mean, I would say it was getting clients or getting that, but really behind the, peeling back the layers of the onion, it all came back to doubt and confidence in myself.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's that not worthy. I mean, even the most successful people still have this, am I going to be found out? But just accepting and think, okay, thanks for flagging that up for me, but right now I'm fine. I'm just going to, however you want to deal with it, but you've got to deal with it. Because there's nothing worse ending your days thinking, oh, if only I had a bit more gumption, only if I have a bit more energy or whatever it might be.
And what you said to start out that particular answer was just get moving. And I love that, because I found for me that if you plug ahead against any doubt that pops up in your head and just do it anyway and keep saying to yourself, against the doubt, it will happen, and just keep moving. It's amazing how solutions just come to fruition.
Absolutely. You will find stuff. Just have a vision as well, though. It's important that you have that vision. Because as you start to move forward, and sometimes even just to start, all it takes is a great film called We Bought the Zoo with, who's the actor in it? Matt Damon. And it's based on a true story. And he says in it, all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just do it. It's regret weighs very, very heavy. So just do it. Pick up that phone call, send that email, whatever. Just start the ball rolling. It does take time to get where you want, but once you start going, you will meet people, things will happen, and things get drawn to you, and it's amazing. Yes, you'll still have the ups and downs, but as long as you have your vision, you know where you're going, it will happen. It really will. But just get rid of that horrible, silly, negative, nonsense story, that voice in your head, and believe me, you will be successful, whatever success means to you.
I love that, Simon. And so we want to hear what's on the horizon for your businesses coming forward in the next several months.
I can't say too much in the moment because I'm involved in this very, very big project in the UK. We've got meetings with the government and things like that at the moment. It's huge. But for One Planet, One Place, so many different elements to it. I'm busy trying to get all that launched. But what we have as part of One Planet, One Place is a subsection of it called One Planet, One Plate, which I'm just passionate about. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I would have my own restaurant, which I will. I don't think I'd be a full-time owner, though. It would take me away from everything else. But One Planet, One Plate. Basically, One Planet, One Place is all about bringing people together, conversations, and making a difference. So, when do people come together?
Eating.
Over food.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I see time and time again families who are turning the TV on, playing their computer games, and just having their meals separate from the rest of the family, from the community. And this whole idea of One Planet, One Plate is I want to get recipes from around the world. I've already started gathering them. People are giving them to me. And the stories around them. So it could be Uncle Gupta's amazing curry, or it could be, Uncle Bob's carrot cake, or whatever, it doesn't matter. And to share those with the rest of the world, we'll have recipes, we'll have the stories behind them, we'll put an online cookbook together, and we'll be sharing that. And we want communities to start sharing their stories of meal times. I mean, I'm one of 5, I'm the youngest of 5, and our meal times growing up were legendary. We had this chair in the corner we used to call the friends chair, and friends would come over, they'd eaten, but they would come over and sit and watch this zoo. And it was fantastic. It was just great fun, and we'd be talking, sharing, and laughing and joking. We do now, and obviously we're an extended family now, and we had a sad occasion. My stepfather died, but the family came together. I live on a farm, and they all gathered at the farm, and we had a ball. And it's those stories and those laughing and joking, but it was over food. So that's the idea, to inspire people to turn the TVs off, put the computer things down and the games, and just come back up to the table and start communicating. And there will be a charitable element of this, which will be about feeding starving kids and families from all over, not just in Africa and the usual places, but all over, and inspiring children to come back to the table, to say, hey, what did you do today? Tell me about your day, rather than be something mumbled and hang on, I'm busy, I'm watching TV. Because it's so important, communication. And I think how you grow up through life and how you are, where you get to in life is how well you can communicate. Well, let's start that at the dinner table. Let's learn from each other. What are we doing? I mean, I learned so much about my family, and my dad, he's not with us anymore, but for what he was doing, and just, wouldn't it be terrible to lose one of your parents and not know anything about them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a mealtime. Even if it's one meal a day, you come together, or maybe one meal a week. I don't know how spread out you are, but that's the idea behind that. And there's lots of other elements as well. We've got the community, we've got One Planet, One Place, health and fitness, and there's just loads of it. But the thing I really want to focus on at the moment is One Planet, One Plate. It's lovely.
How can the audience go and participate in that?
Well, they can go on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/One Planet. So it's ONE, One Planet, One Place. Go and like on there, connect with me, share some of the images I put up there. I love photography. I studied photography. So I have a lot of photos over there with quotes on there. Share those, comment, like the page. And when the show launches, it will be all over Facebook. So yeah, do that. Follow me on Twitter as well, @TheSimonJordan. So that's JORDAN. Just, come and connect with me. The show will, at the moment, oneplanetoneplace.com is the site, but I put up a holding page there, which just says that we're going to be launching in the fall. So just keep visiting that. But best thing at the moment is find us on Facebook.
I love that, and I love your new initiative, Simon. What I'm loving about it, we grew up in my family, is being kind of scattered, just as you said. We'd watch TV, we'd all be out at different times, we would never see each other. And it wasn't until my early 20s I met a great family from my best friend who had a very strong knit family that would meet, just like your family, once a week. Or actually, they met every night for dinner, but once a week they would invite me as a friend, and we'd all sit around their dinner table and spend the next 2 hours eating and sharing our lives and laughing and having such a good time. It was so rewarding to have that time and that's partly what built up some of my confidence, is being able to sit there with adults who listen to you, because that's something that I think a lot of kids don't feel heard or listened to. And it's great to have that sharing time at the table where everyone in the family matters. You're being heard by your parents and treated with respect. There's just so many good things about your new One Planet, One Plate coming up.
Definitely. Well, it's just meal times are great. We have to eat, and why not just learn and be inspired and laugh a lot as well? I know we do as a family. That's what it's all about.
Well, thank you so much, Simon, for sharing all this. This sounds fabulous. I can't wait for it to come out so I can listen in and share and learn. What would be your last word, your parting advice to our listeners before we go?
Well, it'll probably just be what Nike say. Literally, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just go for it. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for someone to say, okay, yeah, you can do it. Or I'm allowing you to do it. Allow yourself to do it. Just start, whatever that be. Have a vision. You need to have a vision. I'd say, it's like turning up an airport and someone saying, where do you want to go on holiday? I don't know. Well, how can you get there? What happens if the planes cancel? I was speaking in the south of France recently, and the planes were cancelled, the trains were cancelled. I knew where I wanted to go. I had to go to Barcelona. So we got a car share and drove 8.5 hours down there because I knew where I needed to get to. Where if I didn't know, well, I'd be, where am I going? So have a vision, right? Know what you want. Have a clear vision. Just start. Have enough love for yourself and just go for it. That's the only way. That's what I did. That's what my clients do. They just... be inspired. If you don't feel inspired, go and listen to this interview again. Go and listen to the other brilliant interviews that Christina does. Just go and visit One Planet, One Place, whatever. Read the book, see the film, eat the cake, walk the dog, whatever it is. So you can get that. Wow, that's it. I'm inspired. Off I go. Drink more coffee, whatever. I don't know.
Well, that works for me. Well, thank you so much, Simon, for coming on Savvy Central Radio today and sharing your one wisdom. My pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me. It's brilliant. Love it.
You're welcome. Join us this Monday, October 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern, where our guest will be Laura Rubenstein. She will be joining us for our fourth in our special social media series on how to effectively use Google Plus for our business. Savvy Central Radio is proud to host our fourth symposium. Join us in our new multi-part speaking series called Mastering the Influence Game, starting this fall in New York City. Every 2 months for the next several months, we'll be bringing you global cutting-edge experts in the field of influence, marketing, and media, designed to give entrepreneurs and small business owners the tools and strategies to take their business to the next level. To register and book your ticket today, go to masteringtheinfluencegame.eventbrite.com.